Hello, everyone, and welcome to Louisville AX. I'm going to go over some backstory in the beginning of this one. This is the final race of the night for the HRL Short Track Showdown, week number 6. So this was originally going to be Johnstown AX, which was the track that I cooked up a while ago, like a couple years ago, for the MCC Main Series Grand Final. That was like 5 years in the making that we finished. It was going to be that track, and then I thought about it, and I was like, that track's honestly fine. It's a solid track, but I wanted to do something new. So I looked around at some other options, and some of them were fine, but I just didn't love any of them. And I was like, you know what? Screw it. I already did a hog AX. I'm gonna try to cook up a goose one. I haven't done it in a while, so I was like, this might be kind of fun, and see what I can do. So worked on this track, got the basis of it done pretty quickly. Yeah, it actually wasn't that long of a forge, and then had Detail look over, and he did a lot of the polishing on this one, just a few touch-ups on a few of the jumps. So a bit of a combo effort, but I did do most of this one, but I do give him credit for the tip-top shape that it is in here for the race tonight. So it's a good duo effort, and it came out pretty good, I think. And yeah, I'm pretty proud of how the track turned out. Pretty fun to run laps on, based off a real-life layout with a few spice additions, and yeah, should make for a fun race. We're about to go green here. I think it's 35 again. I think it's 35 laps again. Just the magic number for this season, apparently. Green flag. And it looks like, well, a little bit of lag cheese there. I think that was Blake. I thought he might have had the whole shot on the inside up front, but he ended up shifting to the outside, so Hunter gets the whole shot. But yeah, I'm happy with how it turned out. So you rip on this first lap, 3 wide. Oh, somebody got landed on there. But I think it turned out pretty good. It's not the easiest AX in the schedule, but it's not the hardest. It's a good intermediate range AX, I'd say, as far as the schedule goes. So good amount of places to make up time or lose time. Some decent options, like that first rhythm has 3 different options. 2 main ones, but there's technically 3. So a few different lines that you can take depending on different choices. Even this first turn after the finish, you have some choice here on whether you want to try to take it all out or have like a breaking point. But yeah, it's not too crazy of an AX layout. It's just a simple one that's fun to run laps on. The thing that really makes this one different, I think, is the fact that this one doesn't really have a start straight. Like, the start goes right into that first turn, so there's not really a start straight on this one. And that different design kind of allowed for there to be, like, an extra section without the track being too long. So, yeah, cool decision on that. This is a real-life... That one was taken from real life again. There's a few parts where we spiced it up a little bit, but for the most part, it's pretty true to the IRL layout. Again, for the most part. But yeah, that was an interesting choice from them on that start. Oh, Slaunch lands on Blake right there. Battle for the lead opens up. Hunter fell back a little bit to top 5. And it's Luke taking the lead over Blake right now. Blake fighting back, and Detail and Slaunch going after 3rd and 4th. So that's what we're looking at here. Looking to go for the crossover towards the middle. It's going to be a battle. Oh my god, 3 wide battle. Oh! Detail gets the unlucky flip. That was a big moment in the race right there. Trying to get a replay of it. Okay, so it was just a hard battle. Is going to be a 3 wide for the lead, then ends up being a 3 wide for second. And Slaunch just comes in hot with a lot of momentum. Detail just gets a really unfortunate... He probably shouldn't have flipped off that, but just a really unfortunate flip. Trying to stay on the berm. So it's not going to be an ideal start. Still plenty of time left in the race, but he's going to have to work back from that. Tough deal this early on in the race, for sure. So with that, Slaunch is going to take the lead. Blake, well, maybe going to be at threat for second. Luke trying to make a move for that, setting it up there. See if he can complete the pass. And he is going to complete the pass, unless Blake can fight back here. No, it looks like Luke's going to complete the pass. Slaunch and Luke out 1-2. Blake back to 3rd. Roman up to 4th right now. And Hunter still sitting tight in 5th. But still pretty close up front. It's the nice thing about these AX races, too, is that definitely a lot closer racing we've seen in these than we see in the typical SX or MX. Like, we've actually seen some really close battles. And, I mean, one of the last ones we did, yeah, not the last one, because the last one was Bluegill, but the Hog AX in particular, that one was a crazy race. And things were shifting around the whole race, and that was a fun one to watch. But in general, there's been a lot more battling and stuff like that in these AXs than most of the typical SX MX races have in some of our series, and that's been kind of kind of refreshing to have this type of racing, but just a little more battle action on it. Been pretty fun. I'm really curious to see how Sanch's track in the grand final. By the way, this is the second to last AX of the season, so it's a pretty big one as far as those division points go for the AXs. But yeah, it's the second to last one. It's the last Goose AX in the schedule, as we actually have another Hog one. So in the grand final, Sanch cooked up a Hog AX, and very curious to see how that one turns out. I think that one will be fun. The other Hog AX was a lot of fun. Sanch's is a little bit more unique, and yeah, it really stands out. Like, he made what I had an idea for. He basically executed it, and after I saw it, and I was like, well, I'm not even going to make mine because this is pretty good. Which is, it's an arena cross, but it has a little bit of like an MX feel to it, a little bit more of an outdoorsy feel to it. Layout's pretty unique. Should suit the Hogs pretty well, and yeah, I think that'll be a fun one. Curious to see how it races for sure, because the other one was already pretty good. Luke makes a mistake on the outside. That's going to open up the door for Roman on the inside. Interesting strat from Roman. He's actually sticking with that inside. He didn't just make a decision there because of getting closer to Luke. He's been running the inside pretty consistently. So he's the only top driver that I see, as far as I'm aware, that really like favors or has been favoring that inside. He's been running it like pretty much every lap. So that's interesting. We'll have to see how that turns out. Luke trying to fight back. Gets the run around the outside. Gets a speed boost off of Roman. And they have a lapper in front, but not too bad. Soul does get stood up on the berm a little bit, but not too bad. And battle continues. Oh, very close into the whoops. Roman trying to make that inside work. Luke going for that outside momentum. Definitely went over the berm a little bit. That's going to be another case. That'll allow Roman to have the position. So starting to spread out a little bit. Sanch has a bit of a gap, but he does have some lappers. Oh, boy. Got to try to navigate this. It's difficult, too, because they are battling with each other, too. Sanch with a rough run in the whoops. And he's going for the outside. Maybe a little risky. Makes it work. Clears it. Gets by both lappers of Armada and Coop, who are having a great battle right now. And a big move in the race for Sanch. And again, like I said, like Sanch, it's weird that he's gotten his 2 wins this season on Terrain Oval, because I thought he had potential to get some on an AX. And he had a chance. Like, he definitely probably should have won the Hog AX. Like, that race, the way that went south was, like, really unlucky. It's really unfortunate. And, yeah, he definitely had... ended up not even getting a podium when, like I said, I think he probably should have won the race. So that was really unfortunate for him. But he has another opportunity here to try to take one. And then, again, he's going to have home track with the AX that he cooked up later in the grand final. So maybe he can finally find his way victory lane on one of these. I'll have to wait and see. Luke trying to work by. I think this is another lap traffic situation. Yep. I think that's... I believe that's Detail working his way into the frame. Oh my god, that is unfortunate for Soul. Wow. I believe that is Detail working his way into the frame. So he's been trying to regain from that early mishap on the berm. And he's been doing a good job. And he's slowly but surely getting there. Not slowly in terms of, like, his pace is pretty good, but he's got a ways to go. There's just a big gap. So it's going to take a bit. So Sanch goes down here. Let's take a look at a replay. What happened here? This could be a big moment in the race. You hate to see it. Might be something similar to what we saw the Hog AX. Ah, that is unfortunate, man. That is unfortunate. Lapper in front of Sanch, and that's the risky thing. He's running the same line as the Lapper. Lapper cases it. Sanch obviously wasn't going to, and if he did case it, it probably would have saved him even. Oh, had a moment there. Luke could have competed for the lead. Sanch not ready to give it up, and really tight for the lead there. But yeah, that was unfortunate. Obviously, he gets by Vulcan there. There's potential for him to just open up the race. There's a lot of clean air, as you can see in front of Vulcan. There's a lot of clean air. It's a little bit before he gets to lappers again. Now he loses it. That was for second on Luke, actually. Roman slipped by. Roman took the lead. So that was a really unfortunate moment for Sanch right there. He gets by Vulcan cleanly. A lot of clean air. Like, the race could look completely different. Now he's in second, trying to chase down Roman again. Got to try to lock in and see if he can get that spot back. Don't want to let another win slip away from him on an AX. But a little bit of a case on the outside. Again, ironically, I think that would have helped him last lap, but... Oh, Vulcan with the overrun. Sanch will get the clean pass right there, so that's big. Gets by Vulcan. Oh! Oh, in a moment right there. Wow, that was super close. Take a look at a replay on that one. So Slaunch kind of overruns the berm a little bit. Vulcan like lands on him, and here comes Luke with a lot of momentum and makes contact with Slaunch's rear midair. And this is a really close moment right there for Luke, but somehow keeps it going. And then there comes Detail into the frame. So it's a 3-way battle now for second. Like I said, we had a banger AX race at with the Hog AX, and I think we're set for another good one here. It's a 3-way battle for second. It could be a 4-way battle for the lead if they can get up to Roman. So this is looking like another good one. I love that we're seeing some more just like aggressive battle action in these again compared to what we see in the normal SX stuff. Not that stuff's bad by any means, but it's just kind of refreshing to be like doing this type of racing, but to have these aggressive back and forth like on track battles, because it's just not as it's not as frequent on those. So pretty cool stuff to watch here. Like I said, all the different track types have been fun to watch in their own way in the schedule. Like again, my favorite's been the Terrain Oval, but I mean, there's been some really fun AX races. Some of the Hog TRSs have been absolutely hilarious and really fun. Like a Hog TRS season, if we could get enough tracks, maybe like a mini series, that could be fun. Like there's just, I don't know, there's a lot of potential. Didn't even mention the cracked GKs, but even then, like the potential that opens up to make like different types of GK layouts and have something on that. Like I think those have been pretty fun too. So it's just good stuff all around. Like, I think those have been the least crazy in general, just because those, for whatever reason, I feel like have been the highest skill gap tracks. I just feel like the people that have been making them have been going hard on them, like, for whatever reason, just, like, really difficult sections on those GKs. So that's kind of why the battles haven't been as crazy, although the Reach one, the Bioluminescence one, had a really good lead battle recently. But yeah, because of that, I feel like those races have been, maybe not as crazy to watch. So we have a great moment right here. Detail Slaunch Luke really heating up, working by lap traffic too. That's why they maybe haven't been as crazy, but I still really enjoy those too. Like racing those, really fun. And if we did those more consistently, I think that'd open up some opportunities for some of those races to be pretty nutty too. But yeah, just good stuff all around. Good stuff all around. It's been a fun season. It's unfortunate. Detail with the follow, and that's a risk of it. Probably got the case because of it. But yeah, it's fun stuff. Genuinely one of the most fun seasons that we've done in a while. I really enjoy this series, and yeah, I like the different types of tracks and creativity that we've gotten with the forging here too. It's fun stuff. He's heating up for the lead. Roman is right there. That is Luke behind him. He's going to chase the inside now too, interestingly. Does not want to follow Armada. Slaunch does, but he makes it work. Slaunch gets by him, trying to stay close, because if he stays close with Luke, I mean, this is getting really tight. It could be the lead battle very shortly, and Detail is not that far behind. We could have a 4-way lead battle. That would be awesome. Come on. Make it happen. Make it happen. It's going to go back to the outside. Oh, no, the caseage maybe should have stuck with the inside. That's going to slow down Slaunch and Luke both. Roman will gain a little bit. Detail will get that spot for third. We're working our way towards the end of the race, too. We're getting pretty close. Not a whole lot of time left. Detail with an opportunity now. He's on a comeback, and he's got potential. He's right there. Oh, and that's unfortunate. Coop just wrecked in a bad spot, I guess. And, I mean, it's going to really work out for Roman. He's been running the inside. He doesn't have to worry about that. But a lot of those other drivers behind him chasing, trying to run that outside, and not aware of that, and going to get slowed down a bit there. So that's going to help out Roman even more. He's going to... The gap closed, and it got really close, but now he's got almost the full whoop section. Roman's in a good spot. We're running out of time. We're approaching 5 to go, I believe. And he is in a great spot. And if he could hold on to this would be Roman's first win not on a Hog TRS this season, which I was talking about in the earlier races. Like, that would be a huge moment for him to really get his name back into that championship discussion. Detail with a little nudge right there, going to make the move on Luke. So now he's up to second. Luke going for a crossover. Detail makes any slight mistake, it could spice it up. It's going to square him up too. Ooh, keeping it close. And then here comes Slaunch with the outside run. So now Luke has to look to protect that. Oh, really close to the berm. They keep it clean. And it's still just this crazy battle for second. It's going to be tough. I mean, they could maybe catch Roman still. They might need some help. But man, what a battle for the second place. Now it's turning out like bluegill again. Like the lead kind of gets away a little bit. Oh, wow, nice pass from Slaunch there. But the second to like fifth battle is just insane. The whole race, love to see it. 4 laps to go. Detail stretching the gap behind him a little bit. See if he can go chase down Roman. He's got a ways to go, but it's not over yet. He had a crazy comeback on the Hog AX a couple weeks ago. Could he do another one here? It's definitely possible. I believe we're approaching 3 to go now. 3 more laps. This would be a huge win for Roman. And overall contention, too. I think he might take the overall as well if he holds on to this. So not a lot of time left, and Roman could be taking his first overall of the season. How huge, that would be for him. It'd be absolutely massive. Time's running out. Yeah, he's getting there. He's getting there. He might have it. He might have it at this point. Going around again. Roman just needs to keep it clean. And the lag cheese is... Sorry for the slowdown on the commentary, but the lag cheese is making it kind of hard to grasp what is going on, so... My bad, I guess. I believe we're on white flag here. But yeah, the lag cheese is just absolutely opened up, unfortunately, in this film. At the end of the race here, which is tough, because now it's kind of hard to talk over, but Roman just needs to keep it clean. And it looks like he's not, but he is. My bad. I'm blaming the lag cheese on that one. But here he comes, final turn. Last time around, on the last lap, he's going to do it. Roman's going to do it. 4th win on the season. He finally gets one on the Gooses. Detail 2nd, Luke 3rd, Slaunch 4th. I think Hunter has the advantage. He's going to eventually... There he is. Yeah, Hunter's going to come in 5th. So everybody else is crossing the line. I'll go over the overall results for the night. He does it. That performance in that last race clutched it up for him. Roman takes the overall 46 points. Huge night from him. Takes his first overall win on the season. Slaunch will take 2nd. Slaunch and Luke going to take 2nd and 3rd. Tied up there, 44 points. But respectively, yeah, 44 points apiece for both of them. So that was really close between them, but they battled so hard. Roman slipped through and ended up taking the overall from both of them. Detail, with a bit of an off night here, going to take 4th with 39 points. But a really good recovery race at the end there, and still in a pretty good position in the championship fight as well. Obviously, some mulligan races in this one, but yeah, still in a very good spot. And then Blake going to take 5th, 35 points. 6th, Camby, 34. 7th, Hunter with 30. Vulcan, 8th with 27. Soul, 9th with 25. Armada, 10th with 22. Coop, 11th with 20. So some notable things, I'll go over all of them in the recap as well. Roman obviously going to make up some ground in the championship fight. He's going to put his name back into that. Slaunch was in a close battle with Soul, although obviously this night was really rough for Soul. It was really good for Slaunch. Slaunch had his best night of the season, so it's going to help Slaunch out. He's going to gain a lot of points, and he's going to get away from Soul a little bit, potentially for that 4th place spot in points. Luke's going to gain a bit on Detail for the points lead. It's not going to be a ton. Like, again, mulligans do come into play, so it's not going to be a ton, but he is going to make up a little bit of ground there. Detail's going to lose a little bit of ground for the points lead in the championship, but again, we'll go over it. It's not drastic because mulligans are starting to come into play, so it's a little bit, but it's not too bad. Blake with another good night, and Blake picking up another wild card point, which is huge because that pretty much locks up Blake's grand finals qualification. Like, that wild card point was absolutely massive. Camby with a decent night, but a better night than Hunter, which is what Camby is trying to do right now to lock his way in to the top 6. And yeah, so yeah, just has to beat Hunter, literally finished a spot in front of Hunter. So that is big for Camby. Yeah, so a lot of notables there. I'll save a lot of the rest of it for the recap for sure, because there is a lot more to go through. There is a lot more to go through. So I have to save most of the rest of that for the recap, but I hope I just went through a lot of the notable stuff pretty well right there. But again, congrats to Roman. He's been close. He's had some good races. Hasn't been able to put together the overall. He's come really close. He's gotten 2nd multiple times. Finally did it. Put the whole package together. Huge for him getting a lot more wins recently, but this has got to be his first overall in quite a while too. I mean, shit, it could be like over a year. Like, I swear, it's been a while. So it's a big win for him to get this overall and spices up the championship. So congrats to him again. Hope you guys enjoyed the night. And next week's going to be a spicy one. Last week before we get into the finale week. See you guys there.